Hey guys, it's Opeth09 from bodybuilding.com. Just driving to the gym. Actually, go tan real quick beforehand. This whole winter, man, is just kind of making me depressed. Probably a couple months ago, I started going tanning, actually, just because I was getting so sick of being so white and overall just the weather. Plus, my girlfriend's really dark, so I was like, you know what, might as well get a little bit tan so I don't look like a complete ghost next to her. So, just been doing that. Nice little way to relax. So I'm going to do that before I lift. I'm doing some delts and back hypertrophy today. I love all the hypertrophy days. I mean, I love every day of PHAT, but chest and arms hypertrophy and back and delts hypertrophy are probably my favorites. Legs hypertrophy is like my favorite too in a way, but it's not really my favorite until I'm actually there. Because, you know, like you fantasize about getting that awesome chest pump or that awesome arm pump or hell, even a sick, nasty delt pump. But you never really fantasize like, oh man, can't wait to go to the gym, hit some 20 rep not hyper, but you know, leg extensions and get the nastiest freaking pump in my teardrop of all time. Everybody's gonna be admiring. But when I'm actually there, then yeah, it's actually, I love doing legs. I love doing legs. I have some pretty solid legs in my opinion, so I enjoy doing them. But other than that, the goal for today is just gonna be going higher reps. Obviously getting a pump, but still more so than just getting a pump. Like really focusing on mind-muscle connection. You know, hitting those muscles hard. As you guys know, or should know, I am cutting, so any size gains or strength gains probably aren't going to come anytime soon. So my main goal going to the gym now is just retain the muscle size I have, maybe add a little bit of definition, if you will, not in the sense of, you know, targeting my muscle for, you know, targeting for fat loss or whatever, but what I mean by that is adding to muscle maturity and shit like that. And then when I'm cut, my muscles should be looking pretty ripped and defined and hard. Lean, dry, hard, ripped, shredded. You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically the plan of attack for today. Back and delts. It's good stuff. And yes, I am listening to Katy Perry. Thank you guys very much. I don't know why. Like 99% of my iPod's metal, like heavy death metal, and lately I just got into a little bit of a Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus catch a kick. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's just like dating a new girl and that's the kind of music she likes, and I kind of just got into it a little bit. But I actually kind of do enjoy it. Well, I do enjoy it. Sometimes I'll listen to it in the gym, but not too often. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you know, depends on my mood. Other than that, yeah, dude, it's almost there. Gonna drink my pump igniter, take a couple caps of Astrovar, and drink my branch chains while I'm at the gym. And then afterwards, I have a client I have to work with who happens just to be at the YMCA. So I get to lift, shower, and then go to work. So take her easy for now, guys. I'll record a little video post-workout. So enjoy the video. Hopefully you guys learn a thing or two. Out. Alright guys, so today I did some delts and back hypertrophy. As I said before, started off the day with some seated shoulder press. You can see my bench is a little bit inclined. I don't like doing a perfectly straight 90-degree angle when I do these. I just feel like it puts some bad tension on my shoulders and my back. I like having a slight incline. Just makes it easier on my shoulders and my back. I get a better shoulder workout this way, do a little more weight. I just feel a lot better. As you can see too, I don't lock out in my reps. Don't lock out on pretty much anything unless it's for my powerlifting days like bench or something, but for hypertrophy days I'm all about constant tension. Still getting a decent range of motion, but not locking out for basically everything, whether it be chest or shoulders or triceps. whatever I'm doing, it's a pressing type movement. I never fully lock out. Here I did some side cable lateral raises. Sorry about the camera. I'm just setting it up in random spots and trying to get good angles. Didn't get all of my body here, but it's cool. You can see what I'm doing. I do one arm at a time so I can focus on each shoulder a little better. When you do both at the same time, I feel like you can't concentrate as well. One of your delts might be getting hit a little harder than the other. You might like subconsciously be using your stronger side with better form. This way you just concentrate one arm at a time, make sure it's good. Also like to start from my weaker shoulder first, that way I don't do more reps. For example, if I do my right arm, which is my stronger side first, and I do 20 reps, and then I get to my left, now I can do 17, then guess what? My right shoulder just got hit a little bit harder. It's going to mess up your symmetry, so I like to do my weaker side first. That way if I do 15, I'm going to do 15 with my right, and even if I can do more with my right, I stop at 15, because I'm not trying to get a bigger shoulder on one side than the other. So that's a great exercise I like to do. Here, doing some rear delts. Anybody knows anything about bodybuilding knows the guy with monster front delts and side delts but no rear delts looks like an idiot. Need to have proportionate delts. All three need to be hit. I like to do more sets for my rear and side delts. My front really don't do much for my front delts. I've got a lot of compliments. My last show, people said that I had really nice shoulders. My one friend in particular said my rear delts were really good for my level of competition. Like he said, nobody else in the show really had the rear delts that I had. And I think it's because I put such a strong emphasis on doing rear delts. Strong mind-muscle connection. Now you always go light on those rear delt flies there. I'll talk a little bit more about those after the video. Then I did some face pulls. I did 3 sets of rear delt flies and 2 sets of face pulls. Face pulls, pretty much the same exact concept. You got to go light. The heavier you go, the more you're just gonna hit other body parts. I'm trying to do rear delts. I'm not trying to do traps here. I'm not trying to do lats. I'm not trying to do rhomboids. I'm trying to do rear delts. And obviously those might get hit to a certain extent, but I'd rather it be 95% rear delts and 5% everything else rather than 80% rear delts and 20% everything else. As you can see, I pull it to like my chin area, maybe my neck area, get a good squeeze. Once I get a little tired out, I do a little bit of the momentum, doing a little bit of herky-jerky. Like I said in my first video, sometimes I do herky-jerky things. You probably think, what the hell? Well, my mindset is simple. If I can do 10 really good reps and then crank out another 5 okay reps, that's a better set than just quitting at 10. I'd rather get the extra reps in. And finally for delts, I hit some side lateral raises with the dumbbell. Did 5 sets of these at the end. Like I said, side delts and rear delts can never be too big. I'd rather my side delts be too big than too small. That's not a problem with me. I've never heard anybody say, wow, that guy's side delts are way too big. He looks stupid. No one's ever said that. But front delts, if your front delts are too big, they can mess up your poses, makes you look stupid. They can even mess up like with posture and might lead to shoulder problems in general. So I like to make sure I don't hit them too hard. But here, I did 5 sets with 25s. First 4 sets I did 20. This last set I did more than 20. I took a little bit longer of a break between the set, between talking with my one friend real quick and trying to set up the camera to get a good angle. So that's probably why I was able to crank out a little bit extra reps. But in the end, good set, good way to end my delts day. Then moved on the back. I started out with some pull-ups. Pull-ups are pretty much, in my opinion, essential for a good back. And when I do my pull-ups, I do them with just body weight, full range of motion. When I get to the top, I can track my back for a second, not just doing pull-ups for numbers' sake. Like, I could care less if some dude can do 100 pull-ups. I'd rather do 10 high-quality pull-ups and actually have a decent back than just swing myself up and down like those CrossFitters. If you're a CrossFit dude, that's fine. Nothing against you, but I don't do that kip-up stuff. Kips or whatever the hell they're called. Here are some seated cable rows of V-bar. Once again, bad angle. But I'll talk about those after the video too, since I didn't get really a chance. And here's some dumbbell rows. Did 3 sets of these. This is the last back exercise I got filmed. There is too many people in the gym. We got to the point where I just didn't want to film anymore. Too many people. Didn't feel like, messing up other guys' lifts for the sake of me being able to film. People were wanting to work in with me and stuff. So here I am doing the 110s. Did 3 sets of like 10 to 12 or something. Really just focusing on constant tension. It's probably hard to tell from watching this. I almost got my foot stomped because I always throw them just to have it. But anyway, you probably can't tell from this video, but I like to keep constant tension on my back. My back is engaged the whole time. Even at the bottom, I'm still squeezing my lats. It's not about just throwing the weight up and saying, oh, I got one. Like, you have to have a purpose. If you only can do 40s with these with good form, then do 40s with these. Who cares? No one else cares. I don't care. Anybody who does care is just an ego prick. So I'd rather do lighter weight, good form, good reps, and get a good back workout. After the dumbbell rows, I didn't get to film anymore. I did lat pull downs at the very end. I did some lat push downs with the rope. Really good mind muscle connection that way. And I also did, it's hard to explain, and I'll have to make sure to get a film for it because it's kind of one of my new favorite exercises, but you set up either 2 D handles or a rope on a high pulley, and you start off, the starting position is like leaning forward towards the cable machine, and then you lean back a little bit and pull it down kind of like to your chest, and you squeeze your lats. And it's a really good isolation movement. You're not going to be able to go super heavy. It's not meant to go super heavy. Probably not a mass builder, but it's definitely going to add some definition and some like crazy detail to your back. And obviously you want to do your mass building exercises, but if you want to have a fine detailed bodybuilder back, you can't just do all power movements. You can't just do barbell rows and heavy row movements and have an aesthetically pleasing back, in my opinion. Maybe you can, maybe you have the genetics, but I've felt for myself personally, doing a couple power movements, still with good form, but then doing some isolation movements with really good form and really getting crazy contractions really helped develop my back, along with deadlifts, which I didn't do deadlifts today. I do them with legs now. So that's all for today's video. To talk more about the cable rows, since I didn't get a chance, I like to go light on those as well. I like to keep my elbows tucked in as much as possible. For those who do compete and do bodybuilding, think of doing a lat spread when you pull your lats back before you push them out forward. That's kind of how I do my seated cable rows. I kind of pretend like I'm about to do a lat spread and pull them back and squeeze, and then let it come forward, still keeping constant tension though, and then come back and squeeze. And I do that for as many reps as I can, obviously, with good form. And usually on my last set, I'll crank out a couple cheats, use some momentum, you know, cheat a little bit, not to the point where you're not feeling your back at all. If you get to the point where you're not feeling the muscle they're actually working out, then the set's over. You're not doing yourself any favors. Doing 40 reps with 20 of them not hitting your back, you're just wasting energy hitting other body parts, possibly injuring yourself. So that's all for this video, guys. Sorry to get more back. Back's my favorite thing to lift, and like, in my opinion, probably the most. If I was to give anybody advice about any body part to train, I'd say back, because my back is the most developed. I feel like I have a different perspective on training back from most people. So, like I said, that's all for now. Please like and subscribe. Hoping to film another session next week. Definitely going to film legs, whether it be hypertrophy day or lower power day. And then maybe another day if I have the time. So thanks a lot, guys. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm having a good time doing these. Alright, thanks, guys. Opeth09 out.